Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So I just got back from Warhammer World. It was the Forgeworld Open Day today, and I thought I'd make this video to try and pass on as much information I managed to gather as possible. Of course, I may leave some things out because I am a bit tired. I've just been like driving for nearly 2 hours. So if you have got a question which I don't answer in this video, post it in the comment section below and I'll try and do my best to respond to that and give you an answer to that said question. Okay, so let's just jump in and start with the Horus Heresy. There was a few new models on show. I say new models, we've already really seen them from the Warhammer Fest. They were selling the Sister of Battle HQ, and they were also selling the Dark Mechanicus guy HQ. I was thinking of buying the Sister HQ, but there's not really enough Sister models out for me to start making a brand new army of them right at the moment, so I just thought I'll leave it. I'll just get it along, down the line sometime. I actually got to sit down with one of the designers and speak about the Horus Heresy. I told him that for me, the Horus Heresy is basically, I fell out of love a bit with the Horus Heresy because the lack of models and everything that's been happening with the Horus Heresy. Like the delation in the books. Well, I know why the books got delayed, of course, because of the sad passing of Alan Bly and stuff like that. But releasing new models and stuff. I just said, I've really gone back to 40k. And we had a nice little chat and stuff like that. I said, I actually love the Sister of Battle HQ. Are you going to be like expanding on stuff like that? Are we going to be getting new models now? What's really going on with the Horus Heresy? And he sat down and said, well, basically what's happened, like, we're more or less on like a kind of a standby mode, like when all these specialist games were getting made, like, Necromunda was in like design phase, Titanicus was in design phase, and now that those games are coming out now, they're really going to start focusing back on the Horus Heresy. And I think that really coincides with what we've seen with like the last chance to buy stuff. I think Forgeworld, in a way, are doing a massive clear out so they can start producing new stock which is going to start selling. Like, I know people have had their ups and downs with this last chance to buy stuff, but I've always said, at the end of the day, it's a business, and if they're not making money and the products are not selling, they're just going to discontinue it and make stuff which will hopefully sell well, and will keep producing new stuff like that. I asked them about the Praetors. Of course, like you've probably already seen it by now, like the Blood Angel Praetors and the Alpha Legion Praetors. I asked them, we're going to be getting updates to other Praetors from other legions and stuff like that, and they said that's something they definitely want to do. They want to revisit those models and start producing them for the legions that really haven't got them, and also go back and maybe do some designs for ones that are really a bit outdated. So I'm hopefully my Imperial Fist gets some love on that level of adding those funky Praetors, because that Blood Angel Praetor, if you haven't saw it yet, I'll have some stuff in the background of this video, pictures and stuff like that, if you're just listening. But whoa, seeing that in person, what an absolutely incredible model. The sculpt of that model is fantastic, and what that gives me joy about is that you normally find that the person who sculpts like the Blood Angel stuff like does the Primarch as well, that kind of stuff. So if there's that amount of detail going into that Praetor, then I think Sanguinius is going to be truly stunning and amazing. And on the subject of Primarchs, I did ask about Primarchs, is the enemy in production, and it did a little smile, a little, you have to wait and see. They don't really give that much away, these designers, or anything like that. Of course, I think they're scared of tripping up and revealing too much information and getting a slap on the wrist. So it's like winks, smirks, nods, nothing really that says yes, something's coming, but nothing really that says no, nothing's coming. So it's kind of, you have to make your own mind up. I definitely think they've got something in the oven cooking. I don't know what though. If I had to take a guess, I think it would probably be Jagatai Khan. That's just me. That's just my personal guess. It could be something else. It could, they could just pull a rabbit out of the hat and have Sanguinius in all his glorious form. But I think it would make sense it to be Jagatai Khan, and I'd absolutely love a Jagatai Khan model, personally anyway. There was some more stuff like the Dreadnought drop pod was on show, the new Dreadnought drop pod. There was, what is it, that Dreadnought, which I actually call it the Compensator Dreadnought, with all the Dakar and all the guns on it, that had like a new missile. Well, I say new missile rack, it got previewed ages ago. I did ask about the rules, and they said it's coming. So, they never give it an ETA on the rules and stuff like that, because I know someone said, if you see that Dreadnought there with some rockets on it, could you please ask where the rules are and if we can see the rules? And I did ask the chap behind the screen, and he just said, "Oh, yeah, I think they're going to be out very, very soon." So that's what I've got for the chap who asked that question in the comment section on my previous video. And the next big thing is Titanicus. A lot of you chaps were asking about Titanicus. Of course, it's probably the biggest thing at the event for a lot of people. A lot of people asking me to, you know, take pictures of the box, what's in the box, a starter box set and stuff like that. So if you're looking on the screen now, I took that picture of the back of the box. That's what you're getting in the starter box set. I did ask, because people were asking me, when's the release date and how much is it going to be? Can you please ask them that? So let's start with the release date. I asked him about the release date. We all know it's coming in August, but we don't know when in August. He said, yep, it's coming in August. I said, is it going to be late August or early August? Because a lot of people are saying late August and a lot of people are saying early August. And he said, no, it's going to be early August, but I don't know how you define what early August is to this chap. Because the rumor is at the moment is that the Space Wolf Codex is supposed to be coming out at the end of August. So I was a bit like, oh, they're really going to release Titanicus and the Space Wolf Codex at the same time. Maybe that is a bad marketing technique. So I'm glad to know that this is coming out at the start of August, and hopefully if the Space Wolf Codex does come out at the end of August, then they won't really overlap and, you know, slap each other in the face over model sales. Now with the price, we know that this starter box set is going to be the most priciest starter box set they've ever done. So if we take it like a GW product, which is, I think it's the Renegade box set, which is £125. That is the most expensive as of now. So this is going to be more expensive than this. I was speaking to a chap called Super Saiyan. He owns a YouTube channel, and we were chatting, and we probably said around £140. I think for me, £150 max is probably a good price. If it's anything above 150, like 160, going to maybe the 170s, I don't think it's going to be a priority buy for me. Even though the models are fantastically detailed, like if you're looking on the screen now, like the Warlord Titan, which I'm holding in my hand and I managed to spin it around and stuff, the models are absolutely bang on sculpted. The plastic does them absolute justice. The models are great, but I just don't think, like, if it's going to go above 150, that it's really going to be worth it for me. I'd rather spend money on, you know, more custodian stuff, maybe, you know, more Imperial Guard stuff, since I'm doing like a big Imperial Guard army and stuff like that. So I'm hoping it stays around the lower hundreds, you know, 140, 150. But they did say everything is going to be revealed at the end of this month, price-wise. Price and release date is going to be revealed at the end of this month, because it's going to be in this month's issue of White Dwarf. So every last bit of kit, you know, all the terrain, the starter box set, you know, all the models that you can purchase with it and play with, everything is going to be in this month's White Dwarf. So if you're not subscribed to that, maybe, and you want to find out, then it's probably best if you go subscribe to it, or, you know, just pick it up at your local GW when it releases on that date. So that is everything in that White Dwarf this month. Also, there was no Warhounds on show at all. Apparently, I heard that they just weren't ready to show off. I don't know if that means they're still working on the design. I would hope not. They were not working on the design, because you know, it's only, what is it, like a month away from being launched. Yeah, there was no Warhounds on show at all, which I was really looking forward to, because at Warhammer Fest they said they would have them on show, since they were like a work in progress at Warhammer Fest. Speaking of stuff that wasn't on show, which I was really surprised at, and this was something that I was more or less going to the actual event for, was the Knight stuff. They teased Knights in that article a couple of weeks back, and I was like, oh yeah, we're really going to, you know, see some Knight upgrade kits and all that kind of funky stuff through the glass. And there was nothing. There was no Knights at all, so that was very, very disappointing for me. So yeah, maybe something's going to be happening very, very soon with them at like a different kind of event. But the only really big event coming up is going to be, I think it's the Warhammer it's the Warhammer Open Day. Is it the Open Day or the Warhammer Weekender? The Warhammer 40,000 Weekender, which is, I think it's the 25th and 26th of November, if I remember right. And this really is where I started to ask about Talons of the Emperor. If you don't know what Talons of the Emperor is, it's basically a book with the Custodes, Grey Knights, and Sisters of Silence. Everything that they have in like the Horus Heresy and stuff is being brought over and put in 40k. And I did ask the chap who's writing that book, and the response he said to me is that the book is complete, it's done. The book is done. The writing of that book is done, but he can't really go into information about that at this event today. He said just look towards the future, and that for me is hinting at the Warhammer Open Day. I think like I just said on the 25th and 26th, I think it may be revealed then. Even if I'm being like a little cheeky ninja, maybe they'll have it on sale. That would be absolutely great for me, as I'm a huge, massive Custodi fan. But he said the book is finished. Yeah, just watch the future. Just watch this future space. So I'm very, very excited to see what we get with those boys. Spoke to some of the team about Necromunda, about gangs and stuff. Like, they had the new gang on show, which is fantastic. I think this is my favorite gang they've produced. I'm not really big into Necromunda. I think the models are great, everything like that. But I'm just waiting for like a certain gang that really catches me. I know this is debatable, but if they did RBTs, I don't know if RBTs would really come into Necromunda. So I think they were in the original one, right? I'm not too sure. Lore-wise, do RBTs or Arbites, however you want to pronounce it, really get involved in like hive gang warfare, since it's like really the underhive and they're more or less on the top. So I'm not sure if they'll get a gang, but if they do get a gang, I think that's going to be my gateway, definitely, into Necromunda. The chap, one of my friends who I was with, who came over from America, by the way, he's called Arcanus, a really awesome dude. Known him for like a couple of years, and this was our first time meeting. He was like completely sold on Necromunda, and he went and bought some Vansar, the Vansar like rule book and the Vansar models and stuff. He was like, "Oh, Necromunda, this looks awesome. Definitely get into this." So they definitely got like another fan with him coming over and purchasing those models. Now for the final bit for this, and this was the stuff that surprised me the most, was the Lord of the Rings stuff. Now, I've always looked at Lord of the Rings at GW and like, why do they still do this? I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just like, I really never see anyone play it. Maybe that's just ignorance on my part. But boy, oh boy, was I completely turned around, because I went in there and I looked at everything, and the thing I kept going back to over and over again was the Lord of the Rings stuff. They have a brand new box set coming out, the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, if I'm pronouncing that right. And it's Rohan and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And, oh, my holy emperor. Like, they had the sprues out. I put some of the images on the background now, and it looked incredible. And again, this is plastic. This is plastic. And I asked a question to the Lord of the Ring designer. I said, you know, this box set's plastic. Necromunda's plastic, Titanicus is plastic. What does this mean for Forgeworld? What direction is Forgeworld going in? Does this mean all the other Lord of the Rings stuff is going to be plastic as well? And he said, no. What we're doing at the moment is that we're doing the starter box sets and stuff like that in plastic. They're going to be a main focus for being plastic, but we'll keep doing stuff in resin like heroes and all that kind of stuff. He said if it sells well and plastic is really showing to sell well, then of course that is a hint to the higher ups, and maybe they can take that decision somewhere else. So if this sells well and plastic is selling well, maybe that is a hint to Forgeworld that, you know, make some more stuff plastic. I'm waiting for my plastic warlord, proper warlord, not mini Titanicus warlord in plastic, or a plastic Thunderhawk whenever that's going to come. So yeah, the Lord of the Rings stuff completely blew me away. Like you got to get like rule books in there and everything like that. And the set looked absolutely great. And you know, like I said, my feelings on Lord of the Rings have not been the best. But I was walking away thinking, I really think I'm going to buy that starter box set. I really think I'm going to get into Lord of the Rings because of that starter box set. They've done a fantastic job. Everything in that box set is a brand new model. Like, even though like you've got like previous like characters and stuff like that, like the Witch King and all that on his like mount, it's not. These are like brand new sculpts, all in plastic, all looking amazing. So I'm actually kind of high. I actually went away from this Forgeworld event thinking, like on the drive home, wow, the Lord of the Rings stuff was really, really awesome. And I actually now do think I'm going to jump in and get some Lord of the Rings stuff. All in all, the event was nice. I got to see some friends, got to meet some new friends, people coming over, you know, hey, Varrock and stuff like that. That was pretty awesome. So yeah, I really much enjoyed it. Models-wise and stuff, like really showing off and spoiling you. There wasn't really that much stuff new. I'm saying new in air quotes. Everything that I really saw at that event, I basically knew about at Warhammer Fest, since they shown it in like the seminars and all that kind of stuff. So nothing like really took me in there. I was like, oh wow, this is amazing, you know, for Horus Heresy or anything like that. Like I said, the thing that blew me away the most was Middle Earth. It was Lord of the Rings, so that was like the really big surprise for me at that event. But all in all, it was good. It was fun. The weather was great. Had some drinks, had some food. It was great fun. Yeah, And it was just a nice day out. It was a change. Going to see some models, awesome stuff. I actually came back with a Baneblade, so winning. Right, that's it for my my video on the event and the information I managed to gather. Like I said, if I forgot to mention anything, leave it below in the comment section, and I'll do my best to try and answer you, because, like I said, I'm a bit tired. I've just got back from a big long drive, so just post it below, and I'll do my best to try and get back to you chaps and answer your questions. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you've had a good day. Hope you've enjoyed all my coverage of the day. Go over to my Facebook. There's also pictures on there, in case some of the pictures I'm not showing up in this video, and you can see them over there. Thank you, and I shall see you all very, very soon.